Craigslist. It started as a wholesome online marketplace, but quickly earned itself a reputation as the local mini dark web. Just the anonymous nature of it makes it the perfect breeding ground for criminals and deviants. It's a really good idea to exercise caution when using it. Now here are a few of the creepiest Craigslist stories that actually happened. Hello, for 5 minutes or less, I'm Howard Erickson. If you like our videos, please hit the subscribe, like, and share buttons to keep us in business. Free meat. That sounds good. This anonymous Craigslist user claimed they unexpectedly received a huge batch of meat and they needed it gone ASAP. It sounded like a good gesture on the surface, but the terms of the deal were a little more than creepy. The user wanted to offload their coolers full of mystery meat in a Walmart parking lot at 3 a.m. Not only that, look at the meat pictured in the ad. It was supposed to be pork, but it looks like it could be human. Oh yeah, and the vehicle the user drove, it was described as a old windowless van with a busted taillight. Don't know about you, but I think I'm going deaf from all those alarm bells ringing in my head. And here we have members of a satanic cult using Craigslist to recruit new members. Their ad features a big picture of a pentagram and asks readers to sacrifice blood or even their own lives to the devil. The poster claimed to have sacrificed 5 lives already and taken the blood of 10 innocents. Luckily, this operation was shut down before anyone was hurt. So how did the police solve this one? Well, the ad poster, the clever devil that he was, put a time and a meeting place in his ad which led authorities straight to them. When the police arrived at the address, they found 4 men standing over a bloody pentagram wearing black robes. And, no surprise, they were all arrested. Okay, check this out. This guy posted a Craigslist ad looking for someone to join him in exploring one of the strangest fetishes I've ever heard of. This big spender offered to pay a woman $1 to come into his home and sit in a bathtub full of noodles for 5 minutes. He promised the house would be empty, but specified that a neighbor would be timing the visit from across the street. If all that wasn't strange enough, the ad also stressed that the person should not bring any of their own sauce. This was because the man was planning to season and eat the pasta when he got home later that night. It's a long, dark road we're on. Don't stray from the path. This is unbelievable. A couple who watched Django Unchained a few too many times turned to Craigslist to fulfill their creepy race-related fantasy. Their ad explained that they were looking for several large black men to participate in an antebellum-themed party. These men would have to serve them food and wine while wearing iron collars around their necks, slave rags on their heads, and, well, very little else. In other words, the couple wanted to spice up their conservative dinner party with some African-American slaves. The supposed highlight of the party would be a gruesome Django-inspired Mandingo fight. This entailed the slaves wrestling and beating each other up, all for the amusement of their rich white friends. The ad claims participants would be generously compensated for the evening of extreme humiliation. Brian Boucher was looking for a roommate to help pay for his rent. He put an ad on Craigslist and soon found the perfect candidate. John Williams was tidy, considerate, and mostly kept to himself. Their arrangement worked perfectly for several months, but after a while, Brian grew suspicious of the many hours John was spending alone in his room. One day when John was out, Brian broke into his room and what he found made his blood run cold. John had collected a huge folder full of things that Brian had thrown in the trash. There were letters, credit card statements, confidential medical documents, and even a list of Brian's internet passwords. John also had a list of all Brian's family members, including their names, addresses, and more. To top it all off, Brian found John's diary, which was full of chilling admissions and paranoid rants. This terrified Brian, so he did a little investigating on Google and found that his roommate was on the front page of America's Most Wanted. Brian called the police, and John, who turned out to be a jewel thief, was arrested. I'll bet Brian likes living alone now. That's it for 5 minutes or less. I'm Howard Erickson. Remember, if you like our videos, please hit the subscribe, like, and share buttons to keep us in business.